Hey everybody, it's day 18 of the challenge, and seeing as January is National Oats Month, I thought I would share with you one of my favorite ways to start out the day and totally geek out on you about my love for steel-cut oats. So there you see it. I had mentioned a hint on Facebook last night, and many of you guessed it, and you were correct that I was cooking my oats overnight, and I'm going to explain why I do that. But I loved hearing some of the ways that you prepare this healthy breakfast, and hopefully you learn a thing or two out of today's challenge. So first of all, we all know that whole grains are an essential part of a healthy diet. We've heard this for years. And oats are one of the best. They contain a great source of fiber, magnesium, vitamin B1, manganese, and selenium. Study after study going back to 1963 has proven that oats provide tons of health benefits due mostly to two specific nutrients that they contain, and I want to talk to you about those right now. So the first is the fiber content that I mentioned. The fiber in oats is something called beta-glucan, and this form of fiber has a direct link in reducing LDL cholesterol, improving immune response, lowering your blood pressure risk, your risk of heart disease, and it stabilizes your blood sugar, unlike the processed cereal or instant oats packages you may be eating for breakfast right now. So that's one of the key things with oats, is it's going to give you a great start to your day so you're not craving food or craving sugar by 9 a.m. in your office meeting. So this will hold you over till lunch for sure. The second nutrient I want to talk about is selenium. Now, selenium is an antioxidant that works with the B vitamins in your body in a number of processes. It is directly linked in decreasing asthmatic symptoms, helps prevent heart disease, and greatly reduces your risk of cancer, especially colon cancer. So two very important things that oats contain that we need to be having every day. So today we are, as I mentioned, talking about the steel-cut version, unlike the rolled oat version, which is much more processed than steel-cut oats. And we, as we've been talking about, want to try to eat as many of our foods in their organic, natural state. So steel-cut is the way to go. Now, because steel-cut oats are not as processed as rolled oats, they do take a little bit longer to prepare, which is why I think you're going to love the recipe I give you today. I love steel oats for their dense chewiness. I've never been a fan of mush, so if you're like me, you're also going to really like this recipe. So just before I get to that recipe, I want to talk to you about a very important step with steel-cut oats, and that is the soaking necessity. So I soak my steel-cut oats in a bowl of water overnight because they contain something called phytic acid. Now, you'll remember phytic acid from the challenge I did last week on beans. Well, oats, grains, nuts, seeds, beans, these all contain phytic acid, and it helps if we soak them in water for about 8 to 12 hours before cooking. That helps to break down this phytic acid. Now, this acid, if you'll remember, is responsible for blocking the absorption of many minerals in our bodies. So when we eat this really nutritionally dense food, a lot of those minerals aren't getting absorbed by our body because this acid is usually present. So soaking the oats overnight is key. So you simply fill a bowl of water, cover the oats with an inch of water, and then I like to also add an acid to that water to help further this breakdown. So I'll either add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar or a tablespoon of kefir, which is a fermented yogurt. Now, both of those things are going to help speed up this process. But perhaps the best thing about soaking is it reduces your cooking time. So instead of waiting 40 minutes to cook your oats in the morning, they're ready in under 10 minutes because a lot of that cooking has already worked overnight. So without further ado, let's bring some superfoods to the party and I'll talk about your recipe. So I'm going to flash the recipe on the video here, but I'll also put it on the blog for easy reference. Basically, after I've woken up in the morning and had my glass of lemon water, I rinse my bowl of oats. I rinse that soaking water off and drain that water because we were not going to use that anymore. Rinse the oats really well, and then I set up my pot or pan with the mashed banana, the almond milk or water, and the oats. So I let that come up to a slight boil, and then I turn it down to a simmer and add in a bunch of superfoods. And that basically is going to sit for about 10 minutes while you're letting your lemon water absorb. So the superfoods that I like to add in vary, but I'm going to give you a really quick recipe today. So the first thing I'm going to add in is my love for chia seeds, and chia seeds adds in those healthy omega-3s I talked about during the Green Monster Shake challenge. The second thing I'm going to add in are some seeds and nuts. So pumpkin seeds are great for adding in, again, essential fatty acids, and a lot of zinc are found in pumpkin seeds. They add a great crunch factor too. And then slivered almonds for their high amount of B vitamins and a little bit of protein, add some crunch. And then I'm going to add in some goji berries. Now, goji berries are a very powerful antioxidant. They're the #1 food in the Chinese medicinal system. And they are high in protein. They have all 18 amino acids, beta-carotene, so that's a good thing to use in place of raisins to add that kind of berry flavor. And then, of course, we have the banana I already mentioned. So banana being high in potassium is great, but the other great thing is banana lends that natural sugars to the recipe, so you don't have to add any processed sugar to this. It's already going to be naturally sweet. And then to top it off, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top because cinnamon is a very powerful antioxidant and stabilizes your blood sugar even further. So this is going to guarantee me a great morning workout. A couple hours after breakfast, you'll get me through until I have that protein shake after my workout or until lunch if that's what my goal is. So that's it. So again, I'll put the recipe for this on the blog. I'll also put a link to a great oatmeal bar recipe so that you can pop that bar in a glass jar and take with you to work if you're having one of those busier, hectic mornings. But your kids will love these. Chloe loves this. She's a year and a half. We have oatmeal almost every morning. And that's it. Your challenge is I want you to replace that morning cereal with this bowl of oatmeal every day this week and let me know how much better you're feeling when 9 o'clock rolls around. So that's it. I'll be back tomorrow with my favorite way to add antioxidants into every meal. I may or may not have mentioned it during the post today, so let me know your guesses. See ya!